Welcome back, everyone, to Skymetal Iron Gods. It's been a bit since we last played. I got sick last time we were wanting to play. But here we are. Many different groups of our characters have entered the Valley of the Brain Collectors. Some of you are seeking the neurocam of Cassandali, this hidden, well, MacGuffin, so to speak, that seems everyone seems to be after. Others of you are after Yrsimagor, that being you, Veris. You've known that he has come into this place, and you are beset upon finding him. The jungle that makes up this valley is in stark contrast to the badlands that surround the mountain range outside of it. It is lush in here. The air is thick with humidity, the foliage vibrant, tall, massive, with these broad leaves that catch the rain and dew. The clouds hang low above this jungle, casting it into a purple sky. Something not quite right, not quite natural about this place. Foliage that grows here is twisted, large, unnatural as well. And of course, the denizens that make up this valley. They are known by the people that live to the Badlands to the east to be way too perilous. This valley is just doom, they say. Do not go. Veris, you had a close encounter with some of these denizens. Strange crab-like creatures with long tails. Their bodies, the shape and texture of a large engorged brain. It seemed that they were trying to, I don't know, maybe do some brain collecting here in this Valley of the Brain Collectors. And Daeralei and Varkhessa, you made your way through the mountains from the north, avoiding any perils, and finding smoke on the ridge up ahead that has caught your attention. We're going to start off with you, Veris. You're with Louse and Donuts, and ahead of you is a great, deep cavern, a tunnel, with this glowing mist gold in color and a bright shining light that illuminates the back of the cave. Illuminates it too much, such that you cannot see into it, other than it being a giant spotlight coming out at you. You've stopped Donut from going in. It seems that she wants to. Something draws her in. She's waiting at your heels, looking up at you expectantly.
I think that we agreed that we were gonna maybe circle back to this and continue to follow this footsteps of Yrsimagor. So I think that's what Veris is gonna try and do, probably, with some coaxing of Donut.
Awesome. And so you'll have to retrace your steps. In this hex crawl, you get to move 2 hexes per day if you hustle, or only 1 hex per day if you're steady. And so you know that the tracks of the group that Yrsimagor is with, it's like a few dozen in number, and they go up to the northwest, past this river.
Okay. Sorry, past. Oh,
like they go this way.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the direction that they will continue to go in. Probably to here.
Okay. Do you want this to be a steady pace?
Steady. Yeah.
Or I hustled? Yeah, okay. Awesome. I'm going to need, then, as you enter this hex, or as you leave your previous hex, I need everyone, please, to roll me a d12 and let me know what you get. You can put it in the side chat. Actually, sorry, d10, not d12.
Oh.
Yeah, that's weird. Your guys' dice are rolling on my character sheet.
That's really cool.
Same. Because I think we're linked in the campaign.
Oops, yeah. Sorry, I rolled a d8. You said d10, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I went too far the one direction. I was mesmerized by all the pretty dice on my screen. There we go.
Okay. As you come up, making your way through the jungles, the undergrowth, you see here that there is a great gouge in the earth as the foliage kind of breaks into a clearing. And as you step into this clearing or see into it, you see that there is a massive crater. And in this massive crater, you can see that there is this, well, now very overgrown husk and hull of some kind of, I want to say like house-sized Skymetal complex that seems to be like wedged halfway into the earth, sticking out. you can see that there is a pale light blue glow coming from within with small little like windows and seams and gaps in the Skymetal itself.
Yeah, Veris is going to inspect the metal.
As you kind of stride down, you see that the telltale signs of the large group passing. They pass through here as well, and you see that there is like chunks of like the vines and like moss that have been kind of ripped away, and like are in clumps on either side. Someone definitely was here investigating this, and you can see that there is what appears to be a door that's been kind of pried open by strong hands, revealing a small interior where the glow is coming from.
Yeah, Veris. Sorry, you said that there were footprints as well?
Yep. Footprints that go down into the crater and then lead back out, continuing to the northwest.
Okay, he is going to go, I think, maybe a little bit further into the crater.
And so yeah, you'll see the complex, and it's the door that's ajar, revealing its interior. Inside it's not really too much space. Whatever space has been like filled in with like dirt and plant and undergrowth. And the glowing light seems to be coming from a small little console, upended and on its side. This little complex here reminds you of all the other Skymetal ancient complexes you've been in your adventures. The one below Torch, the one in Scrapwall. There seems to be another one of its ilk, lost to time and buried by years upon years and upon centuries of elements and foliage.
He had said that he isn't, like, fascinated by this, but he really needs to continue following Yrsimagor.
Mm-hmm.
So another note of this, and he's going to then follow those footprints kind of back up out of the crater to the north.
Awesome. And that'll be how far you can make it in your day of travel.
Okay.
So then we move to the other two of you, Varkhessa and Daeralei. You are traveling, the two of you, with the company of Mayenda. Atop the mountain ridges, you saw across, and you saw that there was smoke coming from the ridge to the southwest on the other side of a small little lake, valley that stretches between these two little mountainous ranges. And it seems that you've been wanting to head that way. So you get to choose either to do double movement to be hustled, or a single movement to be steady and prepared.
I think we saw the smoke, right?
Yes, you saw
settlement?
smoke coming up from something on top of that mountain. Yes.
If we head that way, I think we should be cautious.
I agree. Well, I think steady movement, we only need the one hex to get up the mountain anyway.
All right. Everyone, please roll me a d10.
Ooh.
as you climb up the mountains, there are shapes in the sky above you that kind of blot out what sunlight, that blot out the sun just for a bit as you see passing shadows ahead of you as you climb your way up this mountain. You look up, thankfully, because of your choosing to be steady. You're able to get. You're not surprised by what happened. Or not caught off guard, I should say. As you catch the sight of them and can duck behind whatever trees and rocks to get a quick look. You see, it appears to be 5 of these flying creatures flying overhead, flying from the east to the west. They fly unmoving. Their wings do not flap. They just have them outstretched, gliding almost, as if they're, well, almost like skating through the sky, gliding through the sky. Their wings are membranous, and their bodies have, well, this almost like bulbous shape to them. Their heads are elongated and tipped with what appears to be, well, no discernible mouth that you can see, no eyes, especially with how high in the sky they are. They do not notice you as they continue flying over westward above you.
Do they look like the same things that we saw at the other mountain site?
They do not at all, no.
Oh, okay. Whew. I was afraid there'd be more dragons.
But
do they look like anything that we've actually seen anywhere in this world ever?
In this world, the group of you had an encounter with one of these before. This was when you were helping one of the Numerian barbarians recapture his tribe's place from the Technic League, and there was the Earth Spirit that you had rescued that had flown off after gaining freedom in one of our little prequel little episodes. Let me find the image for all of you. Either that one or it's this one. Okay. DD Brown is being very slow today. This is when Carrie would do a little reel for redbubble.com.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know the thing, otherwise I would.
Redbubble. Check out our merch.
Redbubble.com.
Redbubble.
Yeah, this little fella.
Kerr's in the chat promoting it. Oh.
Just have like an on-demand voice clip.
5 of these, each the size of what of a large dog, maybe person-sized, gliding westward above you.
Listen, if one of those was the size of a human fist, it's still disconcerting. So dog or human-sized is even worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah. Ugh.
You crest the ridge here, climbing up atop it and gaining advantage You can see that the valley is sprawled out around you, but more importantly, you see the source of your investigation, the source of the smoke. Very recently, a group of about 20 or so people made camp here. You can see the signs of their passing, the signs of their, the signs of them here, the detritus they leave behind, the soot of the campfire. You can see that they're. Go ahead.
I was just saying, can we tell which direction they went?
You'll have to make a survival or perception check.
I will perceive.
24 perception.
Oh, 25. Ugh, we're both looking hard.
And you get doubled vision. Yeah, okay. You get double vision when you're up here on the mountain. Okay, yeah, you would both, as you can kind of scan about and see that they broke camp and went to the southwest. In fact, as you look down, you can see kind of like the machete chopped foliage in this tile here, or this hex here, where a group that size had gone through.
Well, we can totally use their campsite for our own purposes tonight. In the detritus that they've left behind, is there any thing that we can tell, like what kind of party it is? Whether it's like a warring party versus a like exploration party versus maybe they're just a regular nomads that travel here. Like, can we tell any of that?
As you look about at the campsite that you've inherited, it is a warband, for sure. Notably because skewered on a great stake is a head of a massive crustacean creature, severed and skewered onto the stake, overlooking the camp that is still left here. It is it's the head itself is almost as big as you are in size. No, that's not true. A little bit smaller than you are. Of like a green carapace. And has these like multiple, like 10 or so of these black, like beady eyes that are dead, no color in them. But notably, the mouth that hangs on the bottom of this crab head is almost like a circular, like lamprey mouth with a bunch of teeth in a circle. Of the perfect size.
Do I recognize those teeth?
You do. As you look upon this creature, you have a moment of a flashback where this creature towers over you in the marshes. You remember the strange creaking of its chitinous form, its innumerable limbs, the great pustules of purple that line its back inside these kind of translucent pods that hold something floating within. You remember the clack of its pincers as it slowly and almost confidently and playfully strides towards you, towering down over you. Before you come to and see the thing limp, dead, dismembered in front of you, skewered on the stake.
Yeah, I think of Varkhessa, you would see Daeralei go even more white and pale than she already is, and her eyes kind of glaze over as this horrific memory is replaying in her mind, and she can't stop how her body kind of shivers in fear as the memory overtakes her.
You said this head is like the size of us?
But the size of your torso.
I think seeing Daeralei's reaction to this, I would like to either kick the spear or whatever is impaling it, or push at this thing to try to dislodge it and send it cascading down the mountain away from our campsite.
You give it a shove, and the wood snaps and topples down, rolling and gaining momentum down the cliffside before it falls limply and helplessly, pathetically out of view.
And I think it's that crack of the spear that kind of maybe snaps Daeralei back out of that memory, and seeing the head kind of disappear off the edge and down the mountain, she just kind of collapses to her knees in the dirt there as she comes back to the present.
You should rest. It's been a long day. We have traveled much and climbed much, and you seem at your wit's end.
I'm not sure that rest will find me tonight.
You should do your best. And I crouch down next to the remnants of where a campfire was set and begin trying to stoke any embers and adding any kindling I can find in the area, just working on stoking this fire back up to something that we can use to keep us warm for the night. Maybe cook some food. I don't know, do we have cooked food?
You have food and stuff on you. That's kind of represented by your
That's right.
your survival points, your survival score. Once that score gets out, that's when you stop having like supplies and stuff.
I would like to, as I'm setting everything up, I think I'll take a small metal mug out of my pack and set a stone up near the fire and pour some water in and reach into one of my pouches and pull some herbs out in there, and I'm going to make a tea for Daeralei. Mechanically, there's no special tea. I have an herbalism kit. I imagine
Mhm.
I've probably been. I see Varkhessa walking through the jungle, recognizing certain things, or probably carrying herbs on her in her herbalism kit as well. And I would like to just brew some tea, maybe an equivalent of a chamomile or lavender tea, and when it's ready, I will bring it to you. And I'll sort of crouch down next to you, Daeralei, in just that sort of, crouching, my long limbs, my bony knees sort of sitting up, my arms resting as I hand this to you, and just sit there, pinpoints of firelight reflecting in my eyes as I look to you. Drink.
Daeralei takes it gratefully, and with both hands, like holding the mug, would kind of sip at it, staring into the fire.
I will, once I see that you're drinking the tea, I would like to go back, probably just kind of near wherever we're at, near the top of these mountains, kind of looking in all directions. I want to scan around, looking for, this time as night falls, I want to look for other signs of fire. Looking basically in all of the different directions, basically the cardinal directions, but with a wide field of view, just sweeping, looking to see what I can see.
You would see, especially now as like it's become dusk and sources of light are easier to see, the only campfire or fire that you see comes from the southeast over here. But the trail that goes southwest, you do not see any campfire along its path.
What was the scale on this map?
The hexes are 3 miles.
3 miles, so somewhere between 6 and 10 miles, probably.
Mhm.
I'll make a note of it, but I will hold that information.
Yeah, it's 3 from center to center.
Okay.
Using the little ruler tool works on this.
Oh yeah, and if I had looked, down in the corner, I can now see where it says the scale of the map. I forgot that's down there. I will go back to Daeralei, and I'm imagining around this point probably taking something from our rations, or maybe something that we've captured along the way, whatever. Whenever we can get it. I think Varkhessa, given her nature as a blood witch, likes meat, and often very rare. She likes to cook it, but she likes rare meat. And probably preparing some food for them much sooner than others would normally take it off. Probably pulls a skewer of, some small game animal and starts chewing on it. Still crouching and looking over to you, Daeralei. We have many miles we have traversed, and many more yet to go. And you still seem to carry with you some unseen burden. Is there anything I can do to lighten your load?
It's this place. I think the burden is just going to get heavier the further we go in. Don't like this place. Brings back terrible memories.
Does that have anything to do with this? And just kind of gesture towards the top of your head.
Daeralei just kind of sighs. Yes. In fact, and she kind of just like uses the head nod to follow wherever the big torso carcass of the creature when it rolled down the cliff. One of those gave me this, and she points to the old scar that covers her eye and most of her head, not the fresh wound.
An attack? You survived?
I'm not sure how I did, actually. I should have been dead.
But you're not.
I am not.
So why then do you let that almost death anchor you to this place? Why does it keep you tethered?
Because for some reason, I do not remember much from before it. My memory of those times is hazy at best. But I feel it is all wrapped up with everything. This neurocam that we're supposed to find, this and she pauses because she can't find the words for it. I feel like it's come full circle. I started here, and now I'm back, and I don't know why.
If and when you feel that I have earned your trust, I would like to try to see through your blood. The blood
Daeralei
remembers.
just gives you a look.
Blood remembers. Legacy, history, fate. Omens live in the blood. They hold secrets and truth. Sometimes I can discern those secrets and truth.
I think it would be best for you to do such things before we go any further.
I would tell you that this won't hurt, but I cannot guarantee that. And I pull a dagger, seemingly out of nowhere. I would like to, I think at that point, I'm going to pull out my dagger. And I'm going to rise to walk and stand in front of you, towering over you, looking down. And with one hand, I'm going to reach up And I'm going to start lightly, almost not touching, but just sort of bringing long, thin hands kind of over all of the scar tissue. Looking for a place where it looks like was probably the center of whatever this injury was. Looking for the most buildup of scar tissue. And then kind of going outward from that a little bit. And then I'll tilt your head up so that you're looking up at me. Last chance. Are you sure you're ready for this?
No, but do it anyway.
You see just a little hint of a smile. Quick flash and reflection of firelight on the blade. And I'm going to draw a cut across the top of Daeralei's head using my vicious dagger, which means it is going to do more damage to you, but I want to draw more blood.
You're reopening the wound that was just healing. I love it.
I'm a blood witch after all.
Yes, you are.
I don't know if you want me to roll damage on that wound, Vi.
I'd say so. Roll the damage.
So that's going to be the initial damage is going to
This
be
is what you crit here.
6.
Ow.
But then this particular vicious dagger does an additional 2d6 of damage. You're going to take a total of 14 points of damage.
Ow. Okay.
And I'm going to draw the wound in a way that lets the blood run down your face a little bit. I'm going to take the dagger and flick it into the fire. Some of the blood hisses. From a mechanical point of view, there's absolutely no spell or feature or trait that I am using. This is purely almost entirely roleplay. But I want to use a skill and sort of tap into as I was mentioning the blood remembers. You of course, if I know the source of what I'm quoting. I'm tapping into my own background and doing some good old witchy stuff and just trying to do some kind of incantation or seeing what I'm trying to discern. Really what I want to see is what the blood tells me. But I want to see is there some way that I can help Daeralei? Is there some danger? Kind of just building this in this moment. So I don't know if that would be in like an Arcana.
This is going to be an Arcana roll as you see a vision in the fire. Something that only you see. How high this Arcana roll is, the more information you're going to glean from this vision.
As the blood hisses, flicked from the knife into the fire, I press my other hand entirely into the blood across your forehead. And I'm going to take that blood and make sort of a mark of Saruman across my face. I will, well, I'm not going to do this yet because I need the blood to flow. I'm going to make my roll. Okay. That's an 18.
Okay. You see a scene, a bunch of scenes flash before your eyes, drawn in the flickering flames and the steam of the blood, as this augury, this divination washes over you. Daeralei, you will not see any of this that Varkhessa sees. But Varkhessa, as you look into the flames, as you are borne witness to these visions. You see a place underground. You see the cavern walls. You see the sunless ceiling in this cave. You get the feeling of being miles underground. And there you see her. It's Daeralei. She's younger. She has a head of hair decked in proper adventuring clothing. You see her trace her hands across the stone. You see her produce a small little mallet and find a particular weak spot in the stone. You see the stone crumble away, revealing this impossibly smooth, impossible metal beneath the stone. You see it open up before Daeralei. You see Daeralei step in. And unbeknownst to Daeralei, you see the small cables dip down behind her from the ceiling, inside now this impossible metal room beyond this cave. The small flying drones that lift off of this cable and land like flies on top of her head, behind her ear, and locating almost entirely near the back of Daeralei's head. You see them, little pricks of light, begin to burrow into her skin. Another vision comes to pass as this one washes away. You hear a voice. You hear the voice of the machine that sleeps. I am your God. I am unity, and I shall liberate you from uncertainty, and you in turn shall seek out my daughter, Cassandra, and she shall reveal my glory, so that all may know that I am their God as well. The scene washes again in this crimson haze, as you see a great crescent fungal jungle valley spread around you. You feel, or you see, I should say, a river washing at Daeralei's feet, up to her ankles here in this like wetlands. You see a great towering creature over her. Green carapace, massive pincers, eyes that bedeck all of its crab-like limbs, these massive purple bulbous sacs pushing against the carapace across its body. Inside each of these bulbous sacs is a brain floating in some kind of viscous fluid. You see it lunge at her. You see Daeralei crash to the ground, buried, grabbed in its pincer. You see Daeralei picked up, limp, unconscious. You see it bring her up to its mouth as its mouth clamps down with that circular jaw around the top of her skull. You see a blast of a red light, a laser that arcs unseen, boring a hole with the laser shot right through this strange crab-like behemoth killing it in one shot, dropping Daeralei down into this shallow river where her blood from her skull mixes with the lazy water. You see a pale-skinned figure come towards, like running towards the now dying body of Daeralei. She has 4 arms, 2 of which hold a long, massive gun of some kind of unnatural Skymetal make. She bends down, inspecting Daeralei. She fashions a rudimentary like sled, I guess. It's like a rudimentary sled, places Daeralei upon it, and takes her swiftly back through the jungle once more. The vision washes again in a haze of red. And there you are, or there you can see Daeralei atop, inside this cave, atop just some stones. And atop those stones are like a big strip of bark that has been laid on top to be somewhat of like a cot or a bed. And there you can see this 4-armed individual with these lenses over their eyes, with their 4 nimble hands, have opened up Daeralei's skull. You see stitchings, you see medicine, you see Daeralei being saved. The vision washes once more, and you see a pony, and on top of that pony is a man that you do not know. Except, wait, you do. You recognize him. He's one of the rebels. One of the rebels that stole away the daughter. The daughter of the warlord of the, I can't remember the name of it, of the palace of Starfall.
Bothkul?
Kavathkul, yeah, the daughter of Kavathkul. When I have to pull upon notes from a million years ago. What was that rebel's name? Where are you?
That Aldrich Grey?
Let me see. Yes, Pauldrus Grey. Yeah, you see Pauldrus Grey, the man who worked with Bree Kite to steal the infant girl Keshka Kul from Starfall away from the Technic League. And there you see him once more. He stops his pony upon the side of this road, seeing the limp body of Daeralei in the ditch here, miles from this jungle in some badlands. He looks around, confused, checks her to see if she still lives. She does. She grabs her and brings her over the back of his pony and continues riding to the north, where the vision fades once more. And that is where you come back to. as the fire sputters and their visions fade.
During these visions, I think what Daeralei sees is Varkhessa starting to initially just sort of rolling into the vision state, and then over the course of the next however long, taking that blood on her hands from the wound in Daeralei's head and probably periodically dancing around the fire and coming back and tracing her fingers across your head. And the whole time, Varkhessa is moving from stone to stone to stone all around this campfire, with each vision using the blood to make simple drawings. Probably from each segment of the vision, just capturing one image. So probably like a crude stick figure of Daeralei and this strange metal, another with a four-armed stick figure, a stick figure on a horse, but images sort of basically capturing in blood and stone the things that I saw in the vision. And as it subsides, I just imagine if this was cinematic, this music is this rising drums and then just suddenly comes to a crescendo and then stops with Varkhessa standing in front of you, Daeralei, where the blood drips down your face, and she has your blood in a handprint on her face. And then you have an incredible story. I see why you are anchored to this place. But I also see perhaps you could do. You can break free of those tethers. And I will reach up once more to the top of your head. And I will gently place my hand on the top of your head. And you will get all of the hit points that I took away from you back as I cast Cure Wounds. Restoring 18 hit points. And then I will go sit down. This time not crouching. You just see Varkhessa actually sort of, as she lowers herself down, you can see that she's tired from this ritual and sort of slumps and leans against a rock and just puts her head back and closes her eyes.
And I think Daeralei doesn't say anything to Varkhessa, letting her recover from whatever she did there, but Daeralei's curious about the drawings that Varkhessa has made. And she recognizes the smooth, impossible metal with Daeralei, like this, stick figure inside. It's like, I remember that. She sees, I'm assuming you probably drew one of those creatures, which Daeralei also remembers very vividly.
I think there's like a side view of like the stick figure version of Daeralei and then like this large creature towering over.
Yeah. She sees the stick figure of the four-legged woman. She also remembers that. She sees the pony with the man. She also remembers that. But there's a drawing in between the two where she's on the table and there's the four-armed woman is over her. She does not remember that. And so I think you find when you come back to after you've recovered yourself, Daeralei is still staring at that one. And when she notices that you're like moving again, she just points to it and says, "What is that? Do not recall this one."
It is one of the threads in the tapestry woven by your blood.
What does it mean? What is she doing to me?
Looks like she was helping you. Healing you. As best she could, perhaps. I could have done better.
I think there's a little smile that goes on Daeralei's face, and you said, "I could do better."
I know only what your blood told me. I have not had time yet to divine what it means. I just listened.
These things that you see, do you see them because I remember them, or do you see them because they actually happened?
Your blood remembers.
So these are real.
I see no reason why your blood should lie to me. The secrets of the sanguine, they are not so hard for me to divine. Just because you don't remember.
This is actually somewhat strangely comforting. That these bits and pieces that I've remembered may actually be memories and not my mind tricking himself. I'd started to worry, but then there were so many things that have happened that made me question if they had been dreams or if they had been real. So for you to see them as well brings that comfort that I did experience these.
Then perhaps that is the story your blood was holding. It just needed somebody who could read the words. I am glad that it has given you some comfort. You should seek more comfort and rest.
Thank you.
I will stay awake a while.
Thank you, Varkhessa. And I think with that, Daeralei would say goodnight to both Manda and Varkhessa and head to her bedroll.
For the rest of the night, I would talk to Manda and just say she needs her rest. You and I will keep watch tonight.
Amanda nods at that and looks a bit concerned over at Daeralei, but is otherwise solemn and quiet.
Before, I think there's one moment I stay up for a while, probably longer than usual, but I stay up for a while, staring off into the distance, probably focusing on that firelight seen off to the southeast. Not really searching for anything, it's just something in the dark to focus on. And then when I go and wake Mayenda to take over, as I lay down on a bedroll, I just, before closing my eyes, I look to Mayenda and say, "If ever you want, I can read your blood too." And then give a slight smile and start to close my eyes to drift off to sleep.
Amanda watches for the rest of the night. She ponders your offer, knowing that she has many mysteries to her own identity as well. We then cut and pan over to Veris. It is night for you as well. You've set up camp in a small little clearing for yourself. It is quiet and a little bit scary, to be honest, camping in such a terrifying, strange, alien jungle. And as you go about finishing up your tasks that you need to do before retiring for the night, something catches your eye. Upon a ridge to the northwest, you see the glow of fire, of camplight. Something like 6 or so miles to your northwest. It's where the tracks are leading.
Okay. I think unable to sleep, I think we're going to risk. Veris is going to get up. Actually, no, he's not. He's going to try and get sleep, because I realized that, because he was going to take Donut and go, but then that would leave. So he's not going to do that. He is just going to try and get as much rest as possible, noting where that fire is, and he's going to go that way tomorrow to at least like early in the morning. He wants to maybe, I think, try to wake up super early, like before dawn, and try and make it to where that fire was.
Okay. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Right. We'll take a short break, and we will see you on the other side.
And welcome back. We're going to pick up with you, Veris, after your very, very short night's sleep, as you want to wake up early, just as dawn is beginning to break camp and continue on your journeys. Now, I imagine where is it that you wish to go?
Yeah, Veris wants to head towards that, where he saw the fire, because that's where the tracks led, and he's hoping he can at least get eyes on who he thinks is Yrsimagor's group, just to see numbers, how many there are. Like that.
Awesome. So then I need everyone please to roll me a d10. As you're making your way, following these tracks, trying to make your way up to where you can get a vantage, this area here that you're having to kind of navigate through and around is a brackish, swampy area. And in this brackish, swampy area, you see that the puddles and low waters are filled with life. Frogs, actually, to be exact. Lots and lots of frogs. It's when, however, they jump out of the water and move about on land, where you can see at the shores of these ponds. These are no ordinary frogs. Their eyes are not set in the back of their skull, but instead upon a stalk that emerges off the skull of their head. And they do not have any front paws. Instead, long, sinewy tentacles. And all of them have crude, vestigial tails as they hop around the marshes between the reeds. You realize you've seen these creatures before, though these ones are as big as your fist, maybe. You remember seeing one of these, massive in size, attacking your boat further downriver on the Selin River on your way to Scrapwall. It would be strange to call these froghemoths because they're not very, well, hemoth-y. And you wonder if this is the brooding ground, if these are juvenile froghemoths. Or perhaps the one that you encountered was something particularly abnormally large for its kind. But other than that, no ill effects, of course, happen upon you. They pay you no mind, other than maybe like jumping upon your boots and using their long, sticky tongues to try to eat like one of the laces on your boots, though they find it very inedible and continue on their way. Now, you would see that the source of that campfire was up this ridge to your northwest. And were you rushing or being steady? What's it, hustled or steady on your journey this morning?
He is hustling this morning.
Yeah, awesome. You'll get to make another move then.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But before you make your other move, we're going to quickly go back to Daeralei and Varkhessa atop the mountain. As the three of you, break camp and pack your belongings. Where is it that you want to go?
I will scan the fields of view again. First looking both to the southwest in the direction we know roughly that the previous occupants of this campsite went, and also to the southeast where I had spotted that fire the night before to see if I can see anything.
So you would see that this hex here has a lot of signs of passage of like machete chops and undergrowth that's been chopped aside and cut through. And that continues into this hex before it is out of your vision. You look to the southeast where that campfire was. It's gone now. There is no signs of anything, not from this vantage. Though, can you make me a perception roll, please?
I did. I rolled an 8.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, you see nothing else along this way. And now in the bright morning light, you see that this hex here to your direct south, between the trees and the underbrush, is a tall spire made of some kind of dark black material that stretches ever so slightly above the canopy. It is thin and pointy, almost like a spindle of finger bones, but massive and towering into the sky above the trees.
Where do you want to go today?
I'm not sure following the footsteps of a warband is a prudent thing to do.
If we follow the warband, we know they are ahead of us. I saw a fire last night.
You did?
That way.
Daeralei would then look in the direction that Varkhessa is
I see
pointing out.
no other signs of whomever that was.
Make me a perception roll, Daeralei.
And how bright is it? Because I do have
It is
disadvantage.
It is early morning, so it is bright.
So disadvantage on this one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
8. Actually, we're both 8, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't really see anything. Nothing catches your eye.
By the way, I'm assuming that was a long rest, yeah?
No, unless you want to spend one of your scant survival points to take an actual long rest. Otherwise, it'd just be a short rest.
I guess that's up to Daeralei.
I don't need to take a long rest at this point. So
I have higher level spell slots that I can use. And so, yeah, okay, we're fine then. Oh, I'm only down a couple HP, so no worries there. Just checking on one of my spells here.
do I also see the spire?
Yes, you do, yeah.
I would like to, as preparation, as you're figuring out what to do, I would like to cast a spell. As I walk, probably as I'm pointing out where the fire was and you're looking, with my one hand I put it on your shoulder, and with the other hand I reach out to my end. I don't know if I actually have to touch them. I am going to... Oh no, I don't have to touch them. You just have to hear my words. So as we're getting our stuff ready, you just hear me say, "My strength for thine, our hearts aligned. By bond of blood, our souls entwined." And I am casting aid on the three of us. Which means Mayenda and Daeralei and I will all get a 5-point increase to our hit point maximum and current hit points for the next 8 hours. Should be able to use the override to do that. Oh, okay. Did it automatically on mine when I changed my max for the current. So, okay.
Cool, thank you.
Where do you want to go today?
What of that? And Daeralei would be pointing to the black spire.
Does the spire look like it's made of rock or something, or like a really tall tree that's cut off, or
It looks like it's neither rock, nor tree, nor Skymetal.
interesting.
Maybe what we look for is in there. While, yes, following behind the warband would at least show us where they are, we're not here to find them. We are here to find the neurocam. And following them does us no favors, if you will. They would get to it first if that's where they're going. We need to go someplace they have not if we are to get it first.
Very well. I'm ready to go that way.
And the three of you go to the. Are you going to the south then? To the spire?
Yep.
Awesome. Everyone roll me, please. Oh, let's...
All right. Deaton.
Yeah, roll me some d10s.
Have one of us rolled a d10 on every d10 roll? I know.
No, the first roll we did not, but we rolled together an 18, 18, and then 20 on this last one. So. But now we've done 4 rolls and we've each rolled a 10 at least once.
As you stride down the mountains and you make your way down into the forested lowlands, you can see the tall spire ahead of you. It is massively tall now that you are at ground level with it. You can see it ahead. It pierces through the canopy to the sky. You can feel this tension in your head as you've gotten within eyesight of it. You see that there is a lawn of small red flowers that grow around it instead of whatever underbrush grows. There are still trees here, though this spire definitely dominates it. And at the base of this spire, is a large creature. Its back is to you, and upon its back, you can see the purple, bulbous sacs. You see its dozen eyes upon its long, chitinous legs. And you see, if you are to watch it further, you see those sacs begin to kind of shift and move and contract as they begin to like deflate into the body of the creature. There's a wet sound, and you realize that the creature is transferring the brains upon its back into the spire itself.
Ew. It hasn't noticed us at this moment yet, though, right?
It has not noticed the three of you.
Can we back slowly away? I don't want to be here when it when it turns around.
I will stand in motion, holding my hands up in motion for Daeralei and Mayenda to go back the way we came. I'm going to keep eyes on it while they start to move away.
I'm going to need the both of you, please, to make stealth rolls.
Shit. Okay. Oh, I got a 16.
I still... Oh, not great. What is our rules for... that one to gain advantage? Is that what it is?
Yeah, one for advantage, yeah.
I'm going to spend one relic manually. Oh, no, it worked. Roll with advantage on stealth. One of those was a 1. I got a 14.
Ironically, as you're telling Daeralei and Mayenda to be the ones that back up, you take a step back and you step upon a twig.
Oh no.
And it snaps.
No, 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 no. Oh no.
And the scuttling creature turns around slowly, sharply then still now, at the sound of this intrusion. And you see distended from its circular mouth is this long tube that's retracting now from the strange material of the spire and slowly returns to inside its maw, dripping with a strange mucus as it shuffles a bit upon its 6 chitinous legs and clacks its pincers in anticipation. And will roll for initiative. In the meantime, we cut to you, Veris. You're hastily making your way. It is now early morning. You see the smoke rise just ahead, up the ridge. In your hustle, you want to go up there, yes? Awesome.
Yep.
I imagine when our group descends down the mountain, we see us descending out of frame, And then the camera rises up to see Veris and the others coming up over the
Yes.
other side.
Veris, you just missed them. You come across Veris. A campsite. It's been used recently, as of last night it seems, as though things have been packed up. You see an odd mixture of signs here. You see the detritus of what you imagine to be Yrsimagor's warband. But then you see, drawn on stones in red, a triptych of pictures of almost like these cave drawings, these rock drawings of various scenes of a figure. You smell the smell of chamomile. You can see the splatter of blood upon some of the stones here on top of this campsite. And as you look about, you have a great vantage here. Great vantage view. You can see here to the southwest that the trail continues, where the foliage and the undergrowth have been hacked away by machete to reveal a trail. And to the south, you see a tall spire. And at the base of that tall spire, you see, if you squint your eyes, 3 tiny little figures and a larger green figure closing in on each other.
So Veris, annoyed that he missed. He thought for sure he would be able to kind of get to the camp before daybreak, but seeing that he just missed them, he looks around, and I think he intends to go down the path of the foliage, but I think maybe a sound or something, maybe if you'll allow it, even the starting of an ensuing fight, breaks Veris's attention back to these figures. And these are the first people that he has seen here in this desolate landscape. So, or at least the first humanoid. So thinking that they might be like a splinter group of the warband, he wants to slowly start approaching in that way.
Yeah, awesome.
But that's his movement, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Characters. Let me find. There's that. Amanda, Carvessa. And where are you, Daeralei?
Oh, I'm hiding. Can't you see?
You're one of the earliest surviving characters.
Yeah.
So you're very, 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 very far back on my list of tokens because you're one of the earliest characters.
Oh, you can stop making it big now.
Like, it keeps getting bigger.
Can we make ourselves bigger too?
Unfortunately, no. Awesome. So what was the initiatives? Perfect. There they are. Let me roll some initiatives here. Okay. The first creature to act in this initiative is the Brain Collector itself. What is it doing? That's a very good question.
Wouldn't Daeralei and Mienda be behind Varkhessa?
Yeah. I kind of just threw you around randomly. You can move yourself about to be. Yeah, it
Not
was
to
actually.
you.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
okay.
well,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it-
was Varkhessa in the
Is
head.
this the
That's right.
spire in the middle?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So you'd be back here. Yeah. This is the underbrush you came from. And then here it was slurping the brains into the spire.
Don't like that.
Don't like that at all. I.
Slurping the
I'm-
brains into the spire. There's no part of it that sounds good.
It all sounds bad.
Part of the downside of having a bit of a sandboxier adventure segment is it takes a little while to get everything a little set up and prepped. Okay, so it's going first. Let's see. Let's add all these to initiative. Well, and you too. Okay. And then you said you got a 20. Okay, cool. Okay, so it turns around, shimmying on its spindly, on its large legs. It will then make a movement as it lunges towards you, Varkhessa, building up momentum, and will multi-attack you with its pincers. That is going to be... It's going to be an 11 to hit you. Which I imagine misses. And then the second claw will try to attack you. Whoa, excuse me. Which is going to be a 24 to hit you.
Yeah.
And that is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it grazes you, not really fully able to grab you with its pincers. That was a move, that was its attack. These are all actions. So then it goes to you, Varkhessa. It is your turn.
Well. With it directly in front of me, and as it attacks me with its pincers, I'm going to the damage, or I'm going to do this one first, I think. I am going to target just this creature, and it needs to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw as I cast slow.
It has advantage.
Don't like
It's
that.
going to be a 19 wisdom save.
So, great for me and all of us. That is my action. As a bonus action, How tall is this rock right here?
Probably like 6 feet up.
Did you say 6 or 60?
6.
Okay. Which is this thing's taller than that, probably.
Yes, yeah. Not by much though. This thing is like squatter and wider than it is tall.
All right, what I'm going to do is I can't be right up close to this thing. I am going to disappear in a vapor, a fine red mist of blood, and reappear here as I use Cloud Jaunt to teleport 30 feet. And then I'm going to guess I could have just done. I'm just going to stay here. I'm not going to use my movement.
Okay.
I'm going to just hope that it doesn't notice that I'm behind it. And that's my turn.
Daeralei, it's your turn.
So Daeralei casts a spell, and the sounds coming out of her throat are weird and strange sounding to most people. But I am casting effectively light, so I on the brain collector. So he gets to make a Constitution DC 15 saving throw.
Okay. That is going to be a 9 on the save, so it fails.
So that is a fail. So, as this, it's almost like this cloud of like cosmic dust appears around this brain collector, and as it lands on him, it starts to suck the moisture and vitality from him. It's taking 40 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And well, if he was considered a plant creature, he's not a plant creature. Yeah, that's
No.
it. So just 40 necrotic damage, as this cosmic dust is just it's almost like dark matter, I guess you will, if it attaches to him and depletes his essence. And then for movement, I do not like being right here either. You said how tall is that rock? That's
6 feet up.
6 feet up, and the rocks behind it, they look a lot taller.
Like 20, yeah.
6 feet up. That's not enough. How about I try to? There's a bunch of foliage. So is this foliage easy to get to with this creature's bulk?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just difficult terrain for everyone. We can pass through it.
And so can it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like something that I could get through that he couldn't easily.
No.
Okay. Well, I think I need to spread out as well. So I will go into the foliage. So that'll be difficult terrain, right? So I get to move 15?
Half, yeah.
So Oh, it's not very far at all. Okay. Yeah. Don't want to go off the map, but there we go.
Okay. That brings us to Amanda's turn, who gets her laser pistol off her hip and fires one shot into this thing with it, missing it as the blast goes astray. And likewise, she sees what everyone else is doing of scattering. She's going to try to get some cover behind this boulder here, putting her back to it and recharging that laser pistol for another round. And that'll bring us back to the top of initiative with the brain collector once more. And it, seeing its quarries all scattering about, can create a 30-foot cube of psychic energy.
Hey.
Let's see, let's get me a shape here. Draw, rectangle. (27 by 27, 30 by 30). It's able to get the both of you. Okay, cool. And it blasts the area ahead of it, catching both Mayenda and you, Daeralei, in a concussive force of psionic energy. Both of you, please make wisdom saving throws.
Is that that's just a psychic ability? That's not a spell?
It's a psionic ability, yeah.
Rolled so poorly. It's like my best save, and I rolled so poorly. That's an 11 for me.
Okay, and then that is a success on Mayenda. Okay, so you, Daeralei, as this concussive wave of psionic energy washes over you, you have the epiphany that this has happened to you before, as you feel your body beginning to shut down, to freeze, to immobilize, to go limp. You are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
So this is not like a magical sleep or anything, right? 'Cause
Nope.
I am okay. Incapacitated. I do not like the sounds of that. Incapacitated.
How long does it last? For 1 minute. Or if you take any damage, or someone uses an action to break you out of your stupor.
So I get no more saving throws. I have to, but if it damages me, I get to try.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Then, using its movement, seeing that you are beginning to go limp and you're incapacitated, it will stride towards you. And as its bonus action, it will grab you in its pincers and bring your limp body up to its circular mouth to use its extract brain ability.
Oh, I've been here before and I didn't like it then.
That is going to be a 21 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits. That's
And how many of these? 1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of dice. I don't know.
That will be 36 piercing damage as it begins to chew and gnaw into your cranium.
So, but I'm no longer now incapacitated, right?
Correct.
So, well, silver lining.
But you are now grappled by this thing.
Cool.
And currently getting your brain eaten.
Cool.
And that brings us to you, Varkhessa. It is your turn.
I'm going to run up on it and see if that's a action or a bonus action. This is a bonus action. As I'm running, it appears to anybody looking at me as though I'm getting really close really fast, but in actuality, I am changing my size to large size with my Cloud Giant heritage. It is a bonus action, so I am now large sized. And I'm running right up on it, and I am going to sort of skid into it, placing my hands on its body. And as I do so, the blood remembers every sin I speak, and sorrow blooms within. And it needs to make a... see, that's going to be a 3rd level. It needs to make a... Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
It gets a 14, so it'll fail.
Okay, it's going to take 4d10 necrotic damage. Ooh. Okay, 18 points of necrotic damage.
It is now bloodied.
And I'm going to... action and bonus or movement. Yeah, movement, action, and bonus action. So I guess I'm done.
Okay, that'll bring us to Mayenda, who's going to fire off another laser pistol at this.
What about me?
Oh, sorry, you're totally right. Daeralei, it's your turn, as you're able to shake off the incapacitation.
I am not even going to worry about the fact that I'm grappled at this moment, but I am not as helpless as I was the first time I met these things. So I am going to reach out and touch him with my hands filled with the power of the cosmos. I'm going to try to vampiric touch him. Okay. 21.
That hits.
Sweet. So he takes 16 necrotic damage, and I gain half of that. I heal half of that.
Oh, you'll heal half.
So he takes 16, I gain 8, and just so you know, so I'm concentrating up to a minute, so if it breaks my concentration, I'll have to worry about it. But until the spell ends, I can make an attack again on each of my turns as an action with this spell. So
okay, that was your action. You can't move because you're grappled.
Yeah, and I wouldn't anyway. So
okay.
Yeah,
that's your turn.
That is my turn.
Amanda fires her shot. Will miss. And now it is the Brain Collector's turn once more. Who is going to try to...
I bite back.
Here we go. Okay, so target is large or smaller, has a grapples condition. Okay, it's going to try to subdue you again with psychic energy, this time focusing entirely on you, Daeralei. Make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence this time?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. I would like to use a relic to give myself advantage on this one.
Go on.
Oh, yes. So I got an 18.
Okay, you resist the stun that it was trying to inflict on you. It will then kind of scuttle around to you, Varkhessa, and try to grab you with its other pincer, attacking you. That is going to be an 11 to hit, and then as its last attack, it'll do it one more time for 16 to hit you, Varkhessa.
That is a hit.
Okay, you will take 6 points of damage, and that's it.
I'm not grappled.
Nope.
As it hits me, I smack at its, just slap at its pincer. Come on! Suck my brain! Sounds like such a dumb thing to say, but
Varkhessa, it is your turn.
I'm trying to taunt it, just get it away from Daeralei, but it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is in pretty bad shape. I'm in range. That work. I'm going to I think I'm going to where's hiding my spell slots? Okay, yeah, I got another one of these. It needs another con 15. I'm going to attempt to inflict wounds on it again.
That's going to be a 13.
Yay!
That's another 4d10. Another 18 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
So that was an action. I want to stay there. Yeah, it's pretty low. I'm not going to do that this time around. Cast a spell anyway. So I can't cast a spell. It looks like that's all I can do.
Okay. Daeralei, it's your turn.
I'm going to touch it again with the chill of the cosmos. Oh, that's only a 9.
Or like
So I don't think that
the light
hits.
breeze of the cosmos.
Yeah.
That's
The
not going to be
infinite
enough.
emptiness of the
The cosmos are a little nippy today.
So yeah, that was my action. I don't. Oh, what can I do for? Let's see if I have any bonus actions. No, nope. So that I'm done. I reached out and tried to touch him and missed completely.
From behind the rock, Mayenda steadies her aim, and third time's a charm. Gets a 16 on the attack roll, and hits the Brain Collector. It will deal damage with the laser pistol. 11 damage, which is enough to kill it.
Nice.
You feel the grip tighten around you, Daeralei, as it dies. It contracts. kind of trapping you in a chitinous prison as its side gets blown out by Mayenda's pistol shot. And just as it dies, we can see a small little creature scamper coming down from the north. Catching up to the commotion is Veris, alongside with Donut and Louse.
I would like to do something because I have a reaction that triggers when a creature takes damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could be a very frighteningly cool way for Veris to see Varkhessa for the first time. As Mayenda takes this shot and blows out the side of this creature, as a reaction, I am going to cast Devil's Due, which allows me to absorb a measure of the creature's suffering and escaping vital essence. I get to roll a hit die and gain a number of hit points equal to the number rolled plus my spellcasting ability modifier. And visually, what that looks like is as this creature lies dead, this giant-sized a Goliath, pale white skin with blood red tattoos, sort of, as the creature gets blasted, you just see her rise up, and a measure of the blood seems to sort of stop in midair and fly to Varkhessa, and she absorbs it. And then as her eyes open and look at the approaching well, I don't know if she would even see him. I think you just see her in profile as this blood absorbs and her eyes are just blood red for a moment. And then just turns and grins looking at Mayenda. And then trying to find where Daeralei is. I need to roll this.
Stuck in the pincher.
What is my hit die? 6 plus 7. So from that Devil's Due, I'll get 8 HP back. See how long its size.
And with this combat coming to a close, so too does our session tonight. As Veris, as you come across this scene, a tall Goliath woman, a strange, brain-collecting alien crab monster, Daeralei caught in its pincers, and Mayenda firing off the killing shot. That is where we end tonight, and where we'll pick up next time. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Em, and thank you, Kaeryn, for a fun session tonight.
Hey, we're together again.
Excellent. Took a little bit of doing, but yeah. I just dropped in our side chat. I guess I'll put it in the chat too. The new Avatar movie that just came out has a character that looks a lot like I picture Varkhessa to look like, even with the thin, pale skin and the height. Very similar to this, whatever this character. I haven't seen the movie yet, but yeah. Thank you, Vi. Thank you for everybody who tuned in to join us tonight. And thank you, as always, to anybody hanging out in chat. If you're somebody that likes to lurk quietly in the background, or you're watching later on the VOD with us, know that we appreciate you and hope you enjoy our presentation as much as we enjoy playing these games. A huge thank you, as always, to Vi for running these games and setting everything up. And doesn't matter how many times she TPKs us, she never pulls her punches. But it looks like we're hitting back a lot harder than we have in the past. So just imagine what we'd have done if Veris had been here for this fight. It would have been over so much quicker. But yeah, thank you for that. And thank you, to everybody here. Thank you, Vi, Kaeryn, M, and though she was not here with us tonight, she was here with us in spirit, to Sara, without whom this would have just been Vi talking to herself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want. Metada.
Metada.